Well, good morning. I'm delighted to see you this morning. I'm going to invite you to sit in Sukhasana, just with your legs folded in front of you, or if you feel like it, you can sit in half lotus or full lotus, whatever is comfortable for you this morning. I'm going to begin by reading just a short piece by one of my favorite yoga teachers, who's no longer here, Vanda Scaravalli. And she's writing here about how all religions encourage self-sacrifice, but when we are ill, we pray to God to heal us. How inconsistent we are. To be simple, to appreciate what has been given to us, and to take care of our body is an act of humility. A group of people after a seminar asked me about death. To die is natural. We all have to die sooner or later. But what we must not do is allow the body to degenerate while living. By doing yoga in the proper way, we should be able to maintain its purity until the end. Do not fight your body. Do not carry the world on your shoulders like Atlas. Drop that heavy load of unnecessary baggage, and you will feel better. While practicing yoga, do not kill the instinct of the body for the glory of the pose. Do not look at your body like a stranger, but adopt a friendly approach towards it. Watch it, listen to it, observe its needs, its requests, and even have fun. Play with it as children do. Sometimes it becomes very alert and swift. To be sensitive is to be alive. And on that encouraging note, I'm going to invite you to move into a tabletop position. And we're going to focus on hip opening today. So we're just hands and knees on the floor. But we feel our hands like suction cups. We feel the palm of our hand really arcing up almost as like a suction cup. And our fingers are spread out. The tops of our feet are pushed into the ground and our knees are, and we're just going to lift our chest up, and we're going to inhale when we have our chest open in front here with our body, with our back arched, and then we're exhaling. And we're inhaling and we're exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And this time we're going to reach our arm up, our right arm up, and inhale and exhale and thread the needle. And right arm up, inhaling and exhaling, thread the needle. Inhale, right arm up, and exhaling, thread the needle. Inhale, right arm up, and exhaling, thread the needle. Inhale, right arm up, exhale, up, exhale, up, exhale. And we're going to stay down here and just feel the shoulder opening a little bit while we're in this rather awkward posture, but it does really help us with our shoulders. And now we're going to inhale and raise our right arm up, and we're going to do the same with our left. So up with our left, and then thread the needle, exhaling and inhaling. Up, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And on the next exhalation, we're going to just lay our arm down and our shoulder down on the floor if we can reach it, and our head on the floor. We can hold our palm on the floor to keep our head, our neck from getting too torqued here. But this is quite a lovely opening here. And we're just inhaling and exhaling. We're having a slow beginning because it's a very sultry summer day here. And now we're going to raise our left arm up and then put it down. Okay, we're going to do, we're going to lift our left arm up and our right leg, and we're going to point them in opposite directions and feel, we can feel the stretch in our fingers, in our toes, and we can imagine that our hips are level and that we're sucking in our belly, the jewels of our organs, as one of my yoga teacher describes them. We're sucking the jewels of our organs towards our spine. So this is actually a core exercise, as well as a good concentration focus. Okay, and now we're going to lower that leg and we're going to try the other one. Right leg forward, left leg back, and you can push through your heels if you like, or you can point your toe, or you can do push through your heels and then point your toe, and do a little bit of an ankle exercise. And now we're going to do the other side again. Left leg up, right leg. And I'm pushing through my heel this time. And pushing into my palm. And then right arm up, left arm. Good. And now we're going to just push back into downward dog. And we'll be here for 5 breaths, feeling the tailbone heading up and grounding our feet. It's not necessary that you have your heels down. In fact, you can have your legs bent, that's fine. In my case, I'm trying to straighten my legs, so I'm really pushing my heels down and feeling the energy move straight up the back of my legs into my hips. And I'm rotating my shoulders. I'm externally rotating my shoulders, my upper arm while I'm doing this. And I'm just inhaling and exhaling and feeling really the beauty of this pose. And now we're going to walk forward to the front of our mat. And we're going to do a little sun salutation. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back and put your knee down. Inhale, look up, arms up. Exhale. And we're going to go down. We'll just do a plank. We're going to just stay in this plank for a minute and just feel the strength of our arms here. And push through our heels. Feel the energy moving out the tip of our head. And you can feel your legs rotating out a little bit. Your feet are on the ground, but your thighs are rotating out a little bit. And now we're just going to do, you can do knees, chest, chin, or you can come all the way down in chaturanga, whichever one you like. I'm going to do chaturanga. And then lifting up, inhaling into I'm doing an upward dog. You could do a low cobra if you like. And then back into downward dog. Going to lift our right leg up and step it forward between our hands. Left leg forward. And we're just going to hang suspended here and feel the weight of our body. I'm just crossing my arms and putting my hands in my elbows and feeling the opening of the buttocks and the hamstrings this way. Inhaling and exhaling. And now we're going to come all the way up Inhaling, looking up, and standing in Tadasana. And we can just, I'm going to just invite us to shake our legs out a little bit and our hands here. This is good for your endocrine system, I've been told. And I find it helps me integrate some of the movements I've done in my body. Okay, standing in Tadasana again. And then we're going to do another sun salutation up, looking up, and then folding over, exhaling, inhaling halfway, exhaling the left leg back, knee down, inhale, arms up. And we're just going to stay here for a moment. We're going to really feel the back bend here. And here you can feel your chest opening and feel the beautiful breath that enters as a result. And now we're going to put our hands down, exhaling, and we can go down, knees, chest, chin, and then up into a low cobra if we like, or we can go up into a downward dog, whichever you like. And then pushing back, exhaling into downward dog, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. And now our left leg up, and we're reaching it forward between our hands and coming forward to our forward fold, exhaling. And now we're going to come all the way up, inhaling and down. Okay. Now I think we'll do another sun salutation, but a different one. So we're going to do inhale up, exhale over, inhale halfway, exhale down, chaturanga, exhale up, inhale back into downward dog, and we'll just have a few breaths here. And now lift our right leg up and forward into so that we're in a forward fold, exhaling, and then up. And once again, inhale, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, back to plank. And we'll inhale here for a minute and just stay here to create some strength. Inhale and exhale in plank. And now we're going to come down and up into an upward dog or a cobra, whatever is comfortable. And then back into a downward dog, lifting our left leg up and forward into forward fold. And then all the way up. Okay, now we're warmed up a bit here, and we're going to do a tree just to begin with, because this is important for us to feel that we are maintaining our balance over our lifetime. So we're just going to stand with our feet together, fairly, or maybe hip width apart, and we're going to lift our right knee up, move it to the side, move it to the back, move it to the front, to the side, to the back, to the front. And now we're going to take our foot and put it on the inside of our thigh, or you could put it on your knee. Your knee actually is nothing terrible is going to happen to your knee if you put it on your knee, unless you have a knee injury. I've been studying my biomechanics, so this is what I have been advised from these people who do biomechanics. And you can put your hands in prayer position. Now my left foot is especially squiggly because I broke it, and it's kind of an awkward repositioning now that it's not healed properly. So, but I'm just inviting you to stay with the pose. There's no failure here. There's just falling in and falling out like life. Okay, And now we can come down and we'll do the other leg. Right leg, left leg forward, left leg to the side, to the back, to the front, side, back, front. And I'm going to position it in the inner thigh here. And I'm going to press down into my right foot. I'm going to feel the tension between my foot and my thigh, so they're pressing into each other. And as a result, my tailbone kind of turns under when I start pressing my thigh into my foot. And I'm finding a drishti or a focal point. Oops. And I'm just going to look at that and see if I can maintain some stability here. And now you can come down. Good. All right, now we're going to do an eagle pose now that I've shown you my really bad balance. So I'm using a block here, and I'm going to put a block on the outside of my left foot. And if you can do the eagle, you don't need a block. And I'm going to lift my right. First of all, I'm going to go into chair and push my hips back and sit low in chair. So I've got the sense of that lovely movement down and the work of the thighs in squatting. And now I'm going to lift up. I'm going to lift my right leg up and I'm going to cross it over. And if you can cross it over and stand without any support. So that's, or you can wrap your foot around it. I'm going to put my foot on the outside of on a block and just lower down. If that's too hard for you, you can just try and put your foot on your thigh and go down like this. That's a modification of this. So you decide what you want to do. I'm going to sit like this for a minute, and I'm going to put my arms up and just squat down. Squats are very good for us, especially in the West where we don't squat very much. And now I'm going to come up, put my foot down, and open my arms up. All right. Then I'm going to move that block to the other side. Do the same thing. My left leg, I'm going to lift it up. Oh, sorry, I'm going to go into chair first. Here we go. Squatting down. And then I'm going to come part way up, lift my left leg up and wrap it around. And you can stand with it wrapped around if you like, or you can put your foot on a block. Or you can put it on the block and lift it up just to challenge yourself. There you go. All right, now we're going to stand up and put our feet and hands down. Good. Now, we're going to go back to our mat here, and I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. There. We're going to go back to our mat and stand in Warrior Two. So you take a long stance, turn your right foot out, your left foot in on the diagonal, and this will, everybody's body is different, so you won't know what feels good until you do it. Your heel and the inner arch of your back foot should be in line, and then you're going to bend your front knee here and raise your arms up and stretch them out. And we can turn our hands over and lift our arms up if we like. Then we can widen our stance if we need to, and we can sink down lower. We always want to maintain the hips, the thighs rotating out and the grounding of the back outer edge of the foot. And we're just really feeling the energy here and heating up. And our knee is moving over our front foot so that we don't have it torqued in. Good. Now we're going to lower our hands and extend out our right arm out, and then drop it down to your thigh if you like, and lower your upper hand onto the diagonal and feel your chest open here. And the drishti here is looking up towards up, just looking up. You can look up towards your hand if you like, or the ceiling. And you can try and make your breath a bit more even, breathing through your nose. And now we're going to stand up. Whoops. Back into warrior two, and turn our feet to the other direction. And once again, bend the left foot and feel the tip top of the head move up, and the back foot really grounded, the outer edge of the back foot, and the arches lifting up. They're like sparks in an engine. They give it a lot of energy. Okay, we can turn our palms to the ceiling and lift our arms up and feel that opening in our body. We can sink down lower and lower the hands now, and then look towards the front of your body, your front foot, and stretch out, out, and then drop your forearm down to your thigh and open out the upper arm. So we have a diagonal, and we're rotating our body towards the ceiling, the front of our body. We're inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And now we're going to lower our arm and come back into warrior two, and then come up, and we can move towards the other side again, and we're going to do Trikonasana. So our front leg is straight, and we're just extending out over that and dropping our hand down, opening up the other arm to the ceiling. And once again, we're moving our chest towards the ceiling. Just a bit of a different hip opener here. Now we're coming up, and we're going to turn towards the other side. There we go. Stretching out and dropping our hand down to our shin, and feeling that rotation in our chest as we lift our arm up. We're inhaling and exhaling, and the crease is at the hip here. It should be, our torso should be sort of equidistant apart at the same on each side. Good. Now we're going to come back, and we're going to extend our legs out a little bit more, and our feet are facing the front or out. Yes, they're facing the front, and we're bending at our hips here and doing a forward, standing forward fold here, and we're just going down to we're going to put our hands on the floor, or you can put them on blocks, whatever feels comfortable. And here, I'm just going to try and keep my back straight for a moment and tilt forward. And I'm going to walk my hands out in front of me so that I really feel my my tailbone come up here. And I'm pushing into my feet. I'm lifting up my toes so that I've got the weight on my toe mounds and on my heels. And I'm feeling this lovely opening because I'm extended from my tips of my fingers to the tailbone. Now I'm going to walk towards the right with my hands extended. And if you can hold on to your ankle, your right ankle, and use your elbows to pull yourself in to your body, if that's not too much. And that is a very good helper to help extend your hamstrings. Now, you don't want to overdo it. The notion of no pain, no gain is not a good yoga strategy, I found over time, as have others. So, okay. And now we're going to extend our arms up again and move towards the left. Hold on to our ankles and use our elbows once again to move us a bit closer, our chest a bit closer to the thigh. And we'll find that we are not symmetrical here, so one side is more difficult than the other. That's fine. And now we're going to come back. We're going to bring our hands into the, so that our palms are flat to the ground, fingers facing forward. They're between our feet, really, underneath our shoulders. And we can press into them. And this is actually, people go into a headstand from here, which I can't do anymore. I used to be able to do it. And, but anyway, I'm going to just try and put my head down. You could put a block underneath your head and touch the crown of your head to the block. That's a chakra, and it's a good exercise to have that touched by something in this posture. So that's something you can do. And I'm going to put my hands on my hips now and turn up. There we go. Okay, good. And I'm going to wiggle my feet in and stand. All right. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So we're going to now do some sitting postures. So we'll come down to the ground and in Dandasana. Here we go. And stretch our feet out in front of us. You could have a belt here if you needed one. And I'm just going to sit for a minute. And in this posture, which is a very strong posture, it's actually quite a lot of work to feel the core. You feel the belly button moving back to your spine. And you can plant your hands on the ground with your palms facing forward. That's a full expression of Dandasana. And this helps to bring your shoulders down your back so that your chest is open. The energy is moving out your feet. And you're just breathing here. And now we're going to go forward with a straight spine for a little bit, however long we can. I can't do it very long. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to just allow our body to round or back to round. And we're going to move over the front of our legs. And you can hold on to the outside of your feet or your shin or a belt. And feel yourself moving into the posture. Now I'm going to draw the right leg back and put it in the tree posture we had before. It's a little echo of what we did before. And then I'm going to just slightly twist my body towards the left, towards my left leg, because I'm going to descend down over my left leg. And I want my chest to be on my thigh or towards my thigh. And you can hold on to the outside of your foot here, or you can hold on to a strap and sit up, whatever feels comfortable. And this is just inhaling and exhaling, feeling yourself resting and at the same time working. So this is a lovely posture because it has the both the firmness of the firmness and the sweetness of sukha and whatever the other term is, but the kind of that sense of those oppositions in yoga that are always in play. Okay, and now I'm going to come up and I'm going to reverse. I'm going to take the opposite leg and into tree, the left leg into tree, right leg extended, turn my body towards my foot, and then lower down with a straight spine, and then just extend over. And I'm coming up here. And I'm putting my feet in together here. I'm just going to sit up with my feet together. I'll face you here. And just feel you can put supports under your legs if they don't go down. If they do go down, you can just, this is called Indian yoga. This is called butterfly. And I'm just holding my feet here. This is cobbler pose in Hatha yoga. And I'm holding onto my feet, and then I'm stretching my knees and thighs down towards the floor, just opening here for a moment. Good. And I'm going to stretch. I'm going to stretch both of the legs out in front of me for a minute, and I'm going to do a twist, putting one foot by the other thigh, extending the foot out, and then turning towards the knee. You can also bring this other leg in by your buttock. Your left heel is by your buttock, and I'm going to stretch up and then turn from the bottom of my torso so that the bottom of my torso moves, and then my chest, and then my upper chest, and I am using my arm to stretch myself open, and the back hand pushes me upwards. So I've got a lovely twist here. And I'm looking into my messy room and all my books that are a mess. Oh, well. And then back. And I'm going to stretch both legs out and put the other foot. I'm just going to go directly into the twist this time, I think. And stretch so my left knee is up, my right leg, my right arm is up, stretching up, and then turning to face the knee side, and then using the arm to help me move around further. You can also hold on to your leg. And now I'm going to move back and shake my legs out. And I'm going to go on to my front for a moment, and we'll do a locust, do some back bends here, just to give us a bit of diverse postures. So I'm pushing the tops of my feet in, and I'm pushing up with my hands that are under my shoulders, and I'm just going to come up into a kind of low cobra. And I'll do that another time. Inhaling and then exhaling. Then I'm going to stretch my arms out back of the hands to the floor along your torso. And I'm going to just lift my shoulders up, my head down, shoulders up and leave my head down, shoulders up and leave my head down, shoulders up and leave my head down. And then I'm going to come up with both my hands. And now I'm going to lift, and now I'm going to come down and lift both my hands up and my shoulders and my head and my legs. I'm lifting up now and pressing the pelvis into the ground, pointing out and feeling the chest rise up. The arms are moving back, shoulders are moving down your back. And now I'm going to come down. Good. And I'm going to just push back into child's pose for a moment. And I'm resting here for a minute. Then I'm going to move on to my back again and go into bridge pose. So we'll press our feet in. We've got our knees raised, our back on the ground. Our spine should be in neutral. At this point, we feel our shoulders moving down our back. Our hands are at our side. You can hold on to the mat, or you can clasp your fingers underneath, your hands underneath you. So I'm going to tip my pelvis up and then curl it down. Tip my pelvis up and then curl it down. Tip my pelvis up and then curl it down. And now I'm going to come all the way up, tip my pelvis up and feel my pelvis rising up and my chest rising up and my knees are moving towards the opposite wall. And I'm clasping my hands underneath my buttocks with my arms straight. I'm pressing my shoulders and my upper arm into the floor and my feet into the floor. And that really helps me rise up a bit. So we're just going to stay here, breathing into that beautiful open chest and into the side body and into whatever is left of the back body in terms of lung space. And now I'm going to roll down. We're going to do that one more time. And now we can roll our spine up vertebrae by vertebrae and clasp our hands underneath us and press into the ground again. We can do a variation here. We can bend our right knee into our chest and lift our foot up, pressing through the heel, pressing our arms down, feeling this pose, trying to keep our hips level, and then bending the knee and putting it down. We'll do the other leg, left leg up, and pressing into our foot, keeping the energy moving out our heels, and then bending the knee and coming back into bridge, lifting up and extending our arms and rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. Now we're going to lift our legs up and roll our body a little bit. Roly-poly. And now we're going to roly-poly our body again. Now I'm going to lift my hips up and turn towards the left, drop my hips towards the right, and drop my knees down towards the left. I'm extending my arms out and I'm looking towards the opposite hand. And we're just resting here. Okay, we can lift our knees up to the center, put our hips back in the center our spine, then lift the hips up, move them to the left, drop our knees to the right, and look towards the left. And we're just inhaling and exhaling here. And we're moving back to the center. And we're just going to extend our legs out into Shavasana, or you can put your legs up a wall. You can sit up if you'd prefer that to relax in, and to a kind of meditative posture. We're going to extend, I'm extending my legs down, and I'm just going to check in with my body and feel, and just wiggle my toes, wiggle my hands a bit, and then drop them. And I'm going to lift my hips up and then drop them. And I'm going to lift my shoulders up and drop them. And now I'm going to just stretch out and feel the deep relaxation of Shavasana. Feel your breath slowing as you inhale and exhale. And I'm going to leave you in silence for a few moments. Okay, just feel the tingle of your feet and the tingle of your hand as you come out of meditation. Sorry, I just fell off my chair, which was not a very good way to end your meditation, but oh well. So when you can either lay there, and I'm just going to read a short bit from Pema Chodron's The Wisdom of No Escape and the Path of Loving Kindness. This is on satisfaction. It's very helpful to realize that being here, sitting in meditation, doing yoga, as we have done, doing simple everyday things like working, walking outside, talking with people, bathing, using the toilet, and eating, is actually all that we need to be fully awake, fully alive, fully human. It's also helpful to realize that this body that we have, this very body that's sitting here right now on this shrine room floor, this very body that perhaps aches because it's only day 2 of this retreat, and this mind that we have at this very moment are exactly what we need to be fully human, fully awake, and fully alive. Furthermore, the emotions that we have right now, the negativity and the positivity, are what we actually need. It is just as if we had looked around to find out what would be the greatest wealth that we could possibly possess in order to lead a decent, good, completely fulfilling, energetic, inspired life, and found it all right here. Being satisfied with what we already have is a magical golden key to being alive in a full, unrestricted, and inspired way. On that happy note, I feel pretty fully alive, and I hope you do too. And I'm just sending good wishes and loving kindness to all of you. The teacher in me greets the teacher in you. The student in me greets the student in you. Thank you for joining me.